everybody, I'm Drunk Farmer. Welcome to the Rant. Pow! The college football scenery has changed again. Wow, I should have reported this last week. My bad. But I have a good excuse. I was on vacation with Mrs. Drunk Farmer. There you go. But I did keep my eye on the internet here and there. And the Big Ten gained 2 teams. The Big 12 gained 3 teams. And the Pac-12 is officially dead. Yes, I said this 2 weeks ago. If the Pac-12 lose 2 more teams, that was it. The Pac-12's done. They were done. I was right. 2 weeks later, Oregon, Washington, they jump. Then Arizona State, and Utah, they jumped. And there you go. And the reason why, because they jumped, is because the Pac-12 TV revenue deal absolutely sucks. They couldn't get a lot of major networks. They couldn't get the major networks involved. So they decided, hey, we can do it. We'll go this way in this direction. We'll stream it on Apple TV. Well, that ain't going to fill the water bucket for some schools out there in the Pac-12. That's obvious. So it was just a shitstorm, to tell you the truth, because everything was happening so fast. And now the Big 12 is, now the Pac-12 is like, what happened? Let's begin at the Big Ten. Who'd we gain? Well, we all know we gained USC, UCLA, and also we gained Oregon and Washington. Yeah, the Big Ten is spread out. Oh, yeah. And some people say it's good for the Big Ten, adding all these 4 schools. Then there are some people saying, they're not happy about it, let's just say. There's a lot of comments about that, too. But what I generally was reading and gathering, that a lot of these teams and these people, some people weren't happy about it. Let's just put it that way. Folks, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen eventually. Because we all know when USC, UCLA jumped to the Big Ten, it was going to happen eventually, because the Pac-12 has always been our sister conference. There you go. So I know some of you may be upset by it. Some of you are happy about it. Whatever the case may be, if you got a comment, leave in the comment box below. How do you feel about it? Right, how I feel about it, I don't know. Yeah, it's good. I have mixed emotions about it right now. It's good for the conference. Okay. But yet, yeah, it's spread out. And that's my only gripe about it, to tell you the honest truth. Yeah, we're going to play some good teams. We're going to play the Oregons. We're going to play the Washingtons. We're going to play the USCs, UCLA. Things just got real. Let's put it that way. But it is what it is, folks. And it was bound to happen. And it is. The 3 other teams that jumped were Arizona State, and Utah. Like I mentioned, they went over to the Pac-12. The Big 12. The Big 12, it makes sense. The 4 corner region teams are still all together. Not a lot of travel. Not a lot of, like you're not traveling out to the West Coast. Everything's pretty much, if you look at the map, except for West Virginia, it's pretty compact. So they're not as spread out as the Big Ten. The Big 12 is a little spread out because of West Virginia. So there you go. But it makes sense. It really does. And I knew this probably about 2 weeks ago when Colorado jumped. I kind of felt it in my gut that Arizona State and Arizona and Utah were going to jump, and a lot of other people felt the same way. And it happened. So there you go. The Big 12 got 4 teams. The Big 10 got 4 teams. And now the 4 teams that are left in the Pac-12 kind of got screwed. That would be Washington State, Oregon State, California, and, Stanford. Yeah, they all got screwed. I felt they got it. They got the hammer to them. But there were some rumors about this, and I read this somewhere, and I can't remember, but, everything you read on the internet is 100% true. But there was some speculations that these 4 teams may go to the Mountain West. That could be a possibility. Or to another, that's probably the only conference that really makes sense if they can't get into the Big Ten or whatever. It's probably they're going to go Mountain West. So Mountain West may gain probably 4 more teams from the old Pac-12. Wow, who thought the Pac-12 would disintegrate this fast? And it did. So, Washington State, Oregon State, California, Stanford, right now they're just sitting out in the wind somewhere and trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do, because right now, technically in about a couple of years, they're not going to have a conference. So, stay tuned on that one. Also, the ACC. Yes, the ACC. We all forgot about the ACC because all the things are going on out west. The ACC, in my opinion, they're still on shaky grounds. Yeah, they got a TV contract for a while, but how long is this going to last? And yes, there is a disgruntled team down there. Florida State's disgruntled. Shocker. So, here we are. Florida State's mad. They want out of the ACC. That's what I've been reading. And if this happens, let's just say Florida State does jump. Where would they go? Well, I speculate the SEC because the SEC has been kind of eyeing them. If Florida State, let's just say Florida State jumps to the SEC, I think Miami will follow them. I know, everybody just calm down. I think the Canes will follow the Seminoles, keep that rivalry going, and that makes sense. Then the SEC will have Florida totally. Well, not 95% of Florida, because you got the big 3 schools, Florida State, and Miami. Okay, the big 3. You got all the schools in the SEC. There you go. But if Florida State does jump, I think there's going to be a lot of change in the ACC. I think there will be a lot of change, and it might be a domino effect like the Pac-12, and that's just my opinion on it, because if it does happen, like I said, it's going to be a domino effect, and I think the ACC is going to probably suffer a slow death, or maybe a fast death, hopefully, who knows. But right now, they're on shaky ground. So, but like I said, Florida State's kind of disgruntled. They're thinking about jumping. So, we'll find out what happens there. Also, everybody wants to know about Notre Dame. They have said, and Notre Dame has stated, that we're staying independent. We're Notre Dame. Because we got a hell of a TV contract with NBC. Which is true. All these teams that have jumped over the weekend last week, that's what I meant to say. It's all about the money. It's all about the revenue. It's all about the TV revenue that'll be coming into their schools. That's why these teams jump. It's not because of team pride or conference pride. Screw that. And there's no loyalty in college football anymore. Just look at the transfer portal, okay? Enough said on that. Now, all these major colleges are jumping to different conferences because revenue, money, generates into the college. That's what it's all about now. It's all about money in college football and college athletics. It's all about the money. The more money we spend, the better athletes we can get. That's what it's about now, folks. And that's sad, but it's true. It's all about money and who can get the best athletes or whatever. So, yes, college football scenery has really changed in the last 50 years or whatever. But we'll keep an eye on more things and probably develop here eventually. But right now, what a week, what a weekend. Man. And I am back from vacation. So I had a nice vacation, by the way. I really did. So with all that said, I am Drunk Farmer. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. How do you guys feel about all this? How do you feel about the chaotic stuff that went on last week? How do you feel about the Big Ten's teams? How do you guys feel about the Big 12 teams coming in? How do you feel about all that? Put in the comment box below if anything else comes up, because football season is just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. And I will be doing a special show. I'll be picking conference champions again this year. That's coming up. And also for my other show, NFL Picks, I'll be picking conference champions. That'll be coming up also for NFL Picks. So, I have to get off my ass and do my research. That's another story. Another story at another time. I am Drunk Farmer. This has been The Rant. Thank you for watching. I will see you when I see you. And remember, folks, I am not a professional. I am just a fan. I will see you when I see you. So long, everyone.